between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. Hurts throwing right away. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Play action. Here's Hurts. They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Vikings will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
There's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
They run with a fourth-year man. This is Damian Harris. And he stopped immediately there. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Tua going to throw. Setting up the screen, Harris. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though. Huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. He's at the 30. 10. And into the end zone. It's a pick-6 and a Packer touchdown.
Well, what a response by that defensive unit, Charles, because they just saw their offense throw the interception. They come out there, not only get an interception of their own, but they take it back for the touchdown.
I won't sing it because no one wants to hear that, but perhaps an early case of anything you can do, I can do better between these defenses. A lot of people came to expect the offense to light this game up, but so far, the defenses are stealing the show.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like
looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted?
It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. One more time with Jacobs. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plains and stop it right around the line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown.
Jalen Hurts
scoring on the sneak from a yard out.
And the Packers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in Week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And it's now 14-0.
14, Vikings, nothing. Rigoberto Sanchez set to kick off.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
On 2nd and 12, Tua firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
The Vikings here hosting Green Bay in the season opener, and they've got one of those quirks in the schedule that is going to work in their favor. They play all 3 of their division home games in the first. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Come on.
Oh, they'll try a jet sweep here with Higgins.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Jacobs going to try the middle, and he'll get this down only to the 18. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Just not a
that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Hurts.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jacobs. And the Packers are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Jacobs will score. Touchdown, Packers. Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league, but this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Let's go.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
52 blasters.
On play action, here's Tua. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
They run again with Harris. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 31. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. This is Harris on the draw. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He gets it to Cooks. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Facing this big first-half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it. They'll run for it. Cook. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Let's go.
So this offense able to convert on fourth, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And he wisely will throw that one away.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Tua. It's brought in by Harris. Touchdown, Vikings. Damian Harris from 13 yards out. And the Vikings are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point just does sneak over the bar, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with a 21-7 lead already in their hip pocket, probably not a time to get too creative or inventive here. We'll see. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Steven Nelson. And the Vikings are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Well, Charles, they're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
They were pushing really hard to try to get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
There you go.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota.
Ready.
Tua, a final shot before half. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Mike Hughes. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. We'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half. I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Harris running straight ahead. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down.
A 2-yard gain. It's fourth down.
Here we go. Right through. Black shot. Jack.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. Man open. Here is Crowder. And he is going to pick up the Vikings first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
He was brought down at his 49-yard line. Brings up second and 5.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. On the give, this is Harris. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Back to the ground. This time Cook. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And this is Cook with the grab. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up fourth.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we've got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the fourth down.
Ready. Fight. 97. Ready.
Running for it. Here's Cook. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. They run again on first down. Cook. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's second down. Kyle Duggar up to make the tackle. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second down and 7.
Ready?
Play action. Now it's Tua. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field, and brings up third down.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Josh, 17.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here.
Quick slant to Crowder.
And they're going to get him down shy of the first at about the 13-yard line. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to make it fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Now stopped him in his tracks.
Okay, right? Striker, 3-3.
They'll try and run for it. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
First and goal.
They'll run with Cook. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. Here's Tua. And it's caught. Touchdown. James Cook with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Vikings have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point, a bit of an adventure, but it does make it through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Casey Hayward.
So my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago. That turnover there means we have a game again.
It's been a completely different team here in the second half.
Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Left side, Cook. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Cook. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Now we've got movement up front. And I think this is going to be on Minnesota. False start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Now Tua. Escaping the pressure right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a 1st down. Well done. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Tua to throw. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there. And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. They're going for it. This is Harris. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And a short pickup here as he'll get up to about the 22-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there. That's going to bring up a 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one. He might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Number 19.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people don't question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
One final try for Tagovailoa. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that's intercepted yet again. And that could be the backbreaker. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the Packers are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Packers, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1-0 as they win by a touchdown. And they'll head back home next week.